Good day everyone and welcome back to Learn English with Blaine, and if this is your first time with my channel, welcome. And this video is an introduction to the active and the passive voice. This is video number 1 because I will be making more videos on this topic in the future. This video features an introduction to the active and passive voice, and then a short quiz will follow. Now, all sentences are either active or passive. Most sentences are active, and they often follow this format: subject, verb, object. Subject, verb, object. The dog bit the boy. The dog bit the boy. Subject, verb, object. Here are some more sentences that follow the subject plus verb plus object format. And again, all of these sentences are active and they're all in the simple past. Sentence number 1. The boys painted the fence. Sentence 2. My new neighbor fixed my car. 3. My brother won the trophy. 4. The dog ate all the food. 5. Charles and his friends built that fort. So again, each of these sentences have subject, verbs, and objects, where the subjects are doing some action to the objects. Now, not all sentences follow the active voice format. Some follow the passive voice format. So we can say, the dog bit the boy, the dog bit the boy, but instead of that, we can say, the boy was bitten by the dog. So the dog bit the boy, this is active. The boy was bitten by the dog, this is passive. So here again we see the sentences, and take note of this. In the passive voice, we can see that the subject of the active voice sentence becomes the object of the passive voice sentence, and the object of the active voice sentence becomes the subject of the passive voice sentence. So again, this is the active sentence, this is passive, and we can see that the subject here becomes the object over here, and the object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice. Another point to remember is that in the passive voice, the subject does not do the action in the sentence. The subject receives the action of the object. In other words, the object here is doing some kind of an action against the subject over here. Because we can see that this dog bit this subject. But we say the boy was bitten by the dog. The boy was bitten by the dog. Now let's take a look at the passive voice formation. The boy was bitten by the dog. So with passive voice, we're going to have a subject, form of to be, the past participle, also called the third form, and then a biphrase after that. So again, we're going to have the subject, some form of to be, and the reason why I say some form of to be is because we can use the passive voice in any verb tense. Here, we can see it in the simple past. And actually, in all of the sentences in this video, They are all in the simple past, but you can use passive voice in any verb tense. So again, we're going to have the subject, form of to be, the third form, also called the past participle, right? And at the very end, we have the by phrase, which usually contains the object, which is the doer of the action. Remember that in the passive voice, the object is the one that does the action in the sentence. Now, this is another important note. The by phrase is optional. We can write a sentence without it. The boy was bitten by the dog. The boy was bitten by the dog. Or we can say simply, the boy was bitten. In other words, we don't need the by phrase. And this is because sometimes we don't know who or what did the action. We just know that the boy was bitten, but we don't know by what. Was it a dog? Was it a cat, for example? Now, let's take a look at our passive voice sentences. Let's take a look at our active voice sentences in the passive voice. Number 1, the boys painted the fence. Passive. The fence was painted by the boys. Sentence 2, active. My new neighbor fixed my car. Passive. My car was fixed by my new neighbor. 3, active. My brother won the trophy. Passive. The trophy was won by my brother. 4, active. The dog ate all the food. Passive. All the food was eaten by the dog. 5, active. Charles and his friends built that fort. Passive. That fort was built by Charles and his friends. So again, we can see here that the subject of the active voice will become the object of the passive voice, and the object of the active voice will become the subject of the passive voice. Note, all the passive voice sentences in this video are in the simple past, but you can use any verb tense with the passive voice. We will discuss this in the next video. Note, we never have to use the passive voice. It is always optional, but there are a number of situations in which we may want to use it. We will also discuss this in the next video. Now, I just want to go back here for a moment. The one time that we really can use it is when we don't know who did the action, right? That's use number 1, is when we don't know who did the action. Okay, so let's do a quiz. So what you can do is read each sentence and then think, is the sentence active or passive? Read each sentence and think, is the sentence active or passive? You may pause the video if you need more time to answer. So in between questions, you can pause your video if you want more time. There are 12 questions in this quiz. Okay, sentence number 1. The children walked to school. The children walked to school. Passive or active? This one is active. Active. Question 2. My neighbor's house was robbed. My neighbor's house was robbed. Passive or active? passive. Now, in this sentence, we don't know who robbed the house, right? This is why there is no by phrase for number 2. Question 3. The dog was taken care of by the boy down the street. The dog was taken care of by the boy down the street. Passive or active? Passive. Question 4. My teacher marked the papers. My teacher marked the papers. Passive or active? Active, right? Because the subject, remember this everyone, if the subject does the action, then it's active. So again, if the subject does the action, then we know that is going to be active. 5. My friend's family did all the food shopping. My friend's family did all the food shopping. Passive or active? Active. Number 6. The form was filled out by the clients. The form was filled out by the clients. Passive or active? Passive. Question 7. Tommy was praised by his teacher and the other students. Tommy was praised by his teacher and the other students. Passive or active? Passive. 8. The road was filled with angry motorists. The road was filled with angry motorists. Passive or active? Passive. Number 9. My cousin just bought a new house. My cousin just bought a new house. Passive or active? Active. Number 10. The boys ran down the street to catch the bus. The boys ran down the street to catch the bus. Passive or active? Active. Question number 11. My new car was painted by you. I thought. My new car was painted by you. I thought. Passive or active? Passive. And this is our last question, number 12. This storm was not predicted by the weatherman. This storm was not predicted by the weatherman. Passive or active? That one is passive. And again, we can, just a point is that we can make passive voice sentences. So we can make passive voice sentences negative by adding a not in between the form of the verb and the past participle. More videos on this topic and a post with exercises on my website are coming soon. Check the video description after April 18th, 2025, and you will find these links there for you. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And remember to leave your comments or questions in the comment section and I will respond to those. And if you like this video, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much everyone, and I will see you in the next video.